Looking at our top stories, Lawrence, we have this breaking news out of Turkey. They're banning the use of crypto for payments. So how is that affecting the markets?
Yeah, it is. I mean, Turkey, my mom's favorite thing is to watch Turkish soap operas. She and her sisters love the drama in the soap operas. And guess what? We're getting a lot of drama in the central bank. That seems to be the big drama right now in Turkey. About a month ago, President Erdogan fired the central bank chief because he thought that higher interest rates, Erdogan thinks that higher interest rates cause inflation, not the other way around. And now we're seeing what's going on where they're going to soon not allow payments in crypto. In places with unstable currencies, you kind of want that option in many cases. But this kind of a sell-off that we're seeing right now is people who bought on the margins looking for fast money in a lot of ways. And these are people who weren't long-term holders. And anything could have spooked them. Anything could get them scared. They see a headline like this. They're not really reading beyond the headlines. In Turkey, you can still trade crypto. It's not banning the trading of crypto. So you'll see a pullback like this every now and then. That's what we're seeing right now, where the marginal holders are getting a little scared, but the long-term holders are still holding on. It's still above 60, which is where it was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Lawrence, you mentioned drama. We did hear earlier in, a couple of weeks back that the president of Turkey, President Erdogan, ousted his central bank chief and replaced him. Emily, I wonder, with this new central bank chief saying, we're banning crypto payments, can you actually really stop crypto?
Great question. And, I'll leave Turkey to our next guest who knows a lot more than I do about it. But I think this is part of a much larger story where this week we saw crypto really going mainstream with Coinbase's historic listing. And the other side of the coin, so to speak, are government crackdowns. As crypto rises in prominence around the world, governments are going to try to crack down on it. This has been going on for years. We've seen it with China. We've seen it with Morocco. We may see it with India. But yeah, the moral of the story is that crypto can't really be stopped. You can make it a lot harder to access, but no government has been able to successfully shut down crypto entirely.
Yeah, it's like shutting down the internet. And joining me now with more on these breaking developments is Özgür Güneri, CEO of BtcTurk, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in Turkey. Welcome, Özgür. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. So maybe, Özgür, you're in a great position to explain to us the socio-political circumstances around this decision. Were people even using crypto for payments? And, what led to this decision?
Sure. The regulation has come from Turkish Central Bank, and it is actually regarding not crypto assets, but e-money institutions and payment institutions. So the regulation is regarding those institutions rather than the crypto assets itself. The regulation clearly states two headlines. The first one is cryptocurrencies, we call it now crypto assets, are not eligible for spending purposes in Turkey. Turkey has a very high inflation history, so the Turkish payment infrastructure is quite high tech. I can assume that. And the area where Turkish Central Bank regulates is the fintech area, e-money institutions and payment gateways. And those institutions are doing extremely great job in the last few years. However, on the other hand, as we operate in Turkey with almost 3.5 million users, the average age in Turkey is almost 30, and we have over 85 million population, so interest for crypto assets is quite high. Also, Turkish citizens love hard assets, and I believe Bitcoin is a perfect example of that. We hold US dollars, we hold gold as Turkish institutions and Turkish household. We believe in hard assets. So as a general approach, a Turkish citizen is more willing to buy and sell Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies for speculation and investment purposes. But as we believe and we see higher fluctuation in currency and in other valuations, I believe Bitcoin does not offer a significant value for payment purposes in emerging markets. And considering the fact that the global financial system is expanding rapidly, I don't believe for local payments or for local payment fintechs, Bitcoin is not going to be very attractive, because I believe people will tend to buy and hold and and keep some of their assets into this new generation hard assets. This is how Turkish people see it. On the other hand, also e-money institutions from April 30th will not be able to act as an intermediary between cryptocurrency platforms like BtcTurk and the user. But banking channels are open. We have agreements with 6 of the largest Turkish banks, and you can deposit Turkish lira or withdraw Turkish lira 24/7. So the regulation is for e-money institutions and payment gateways. I don't expect crypto regulation to go further and limit investment purposes as well. I believe in the next few months we're going to see a regulation in Turkey where crypto asset business stakeholders or government stakeholders or people, they will be operating in a much safer environment. And when that happens, I believe Turkish Central Bank, Turkish Banking Authority, or Turkish Capital Markets Board will allow regulated companies to interact with the new regulated crypto asset industry. So I think we have time. This is not a temporary ban, in my opinion. It's just a phase where the Turkish regulators and Turkish stakeholders or the Turkish community will decide what crypto regulation will look like. And I am very positive about that regulation. I believe Turkey will continue to be a very attractive and strong market going forward.
Özgür, the change in central bank governors, has that affected people's outlook on the lira? Is there a concern that the lira will devalue rapidly?
Of course, political volatility or volatility in other areas of life affect cryptocurrency tendency significantly. But when we look at the trends in the last 30, 40, 50 years, Turkish people traditionally love US dollars and gold and real estate. The main reason is that myself and my parents and their parents, we all used to fight with high inflation. That's why Turkish people tend to save their assets through hard assets. So even though changes in the economic management or economic policies may affect Turkish lira performance or cryptocurrency interest in the very short term, but in the medium to long term, I believe Bitcoin has fundamentals where it would attract Turkish investors in the coming months and years, just like it did in the last 2 years significantly. Those changes inevitably affect Bitcoin price as Turkish lira is volatile on these days. And coupled with Bitcoin volatility, we see crazy markets even sometimes on the weekends.
So it seems like you're pretty optimistic about the long term, but just what about the short term? Do you think this new ban, how will it affect the cryptocurrency market in Turkey, say, over the next few weeks or months?
For the first few days, I believe there will be some tension, as on social media, especially. Maybe you experience a similar situation when the regulators disclose something. It is not everyday language. So some people tend to talk about it in not the right direction. So today and probably for a few days, people may also think that Bitcoin is banned in Turkey, and they may want to get their funds out in Turkish lira terms, or at least they want to make sure that their bank is still accepting those Turkish lira transfers. And when they see it today, tomorrow, or next few days, I believe they will also understand buying into Bitcoin and holding it or trading it or speculating it is still free, just like it was yesterday. And even today, I believe it offers a bigger value, because I don't recommend any Turkish investor to use their Bitcoins to buy coffee, Turkish coffee or pizza. I suggest them that sell US dollars, buy Bitcoin and hold it. So I don't think it's going to be a major short-term effect as well, as there has not been many institutions accepting Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies and or many business models that invest on this structure. There's no such thing. The most way of using cryptocurrency in Turkey is investments, and it is still in place.
All right. Özgür, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing us your insights on this developing story. I hope your positive outlook plays out.
Thank you very much.